Hello, I'm Robert McCullock, Certified Financial Planner with Pure Financial Advisors, and this is your question of the week. So this week's question was an interesting one. I was asked, would it be better to use a Roth IRA or a 529 plan to save for my child's education? The best way to explain this is to give you the pros and cons of each first, and then we'll get to the conclusion. So a 529 plan is a college savings plan. It's meant as an account for you to put money into for your child for college. Now the upsides of these plans are, number one, there is no income limitation. I don't care how much you're bringing in the year, you can still fund a 529 plan. Number two, there's no real limitation on how much you can put into the plan either. Or you can fund enough to pay for your child's education need, whatever that is. So it's pretty open to interpretation on how much you put in there. So those two are very positive for a 529 plan. The downsides are, number one, the investments are very limited. So if you like picking your stocks and such, 529 plan is not the way to go. You only have a choice of maybe 12 different investments that you can get into. Number two, very important here, is the money has to be used for the child's education. So if you don't use it for education, your child does not go to college, there's a penalty when you take that money out. And number three, it does apply directly against that child's financial student aid. So it's going to very much limit the amount of student aid available to that child. Now let's quickly go into the Roth in comparison. A lot of these are going to be very opposite. So on a Roth IRA, what we're going to find is a lot of these benefits, pros and cons, are going to be the opposite. So when you start with a Roth, you're limited on the amount of income you can earn before you can deposit into a Roth IRA. If your family is making over about $190,000, you can't put into a Roth IRA, so it's off the table. Number two, the amount that you can put into a Roth IRA is only about $5,500. There's a catch-up if you're over 50, but then that piece is also, you've got a limited amount that you can put in. So those are the downsides. The upside to a Roth IRA, if you don't use the money for your child's education, well, it's in your Roth IRA. It's defaulted into your retirement, and you are building for your retirement at that point. That's fantastic. You've got a multi-use there. Number two, very important, if you do save into a Roth IRA, that money is not counted towards student aid. And one piece you might want to think about in there is when you're pulling it out for that Roth IRA for the education, you can only pull out the basis, which is the amount that you put in, to pull out to fund the education. So in conclusion, there's a lot of pieces there. If you're in a high net worth bracket, you have a lot of income, your student's not going to qualify for financial aid anyway, a 529 plan may be the way to go. If you're in a lower net worth bracket or lower income bracket and you are concerned about financial aid, then maybe a Roth IRA could be a good consideration. I'm Robert McCullock, Certified Financial Planner with Pure Financial Advisors, and that was your question of the week.